Good evening, everyone, and I'm hope I'm audible. Thank you for that lovely introduction. So, all the I know I just heard a term, cancer thrivers. I used to call them cancer warriors, but I think cancer thrivers is probably a better term. And thank you, Dr. Butt, for Mr. Butt, for introducing that term. In fact, today, so all the cancer thrivers, dear parents, a wonderful team from the Samiksha, and more importantly, their volunteers and teachers. My co-panelists, Mr. Vijay, but we just heard insightful thoughts from him. Dr. Ramchandra, Dr. Kishore Murthy, Dr. Appaji, and Dr. Lingigod, and others on the panel. I extend you, warm welcome, greetings from Narayana Health City, Bangalore, and I'm really excited today that I am part of this journey with Samiksha for the last few years. As we just heard, I think this program is also coming, probably prelude to a very important day, which we're going to celebrate in February. On 15th of February, there's going to be the International Childhood Cancer Day celebration. And, sometimes people ask why it's a celebration, it's a cancer, but we are not celebrating cancer, we're celebrating the survivorship, which you just highlighted very nicely by Mr. Butt. So, it's one of the unmet needs which Samiksha has tried to address. When I used to work abroad and when I came back, I think what I realized very early on in my career was that I think we are too focused on treatments, which is important. I think to deliver treatments, to cure these children is, I think, the prime goal of all the treatment units. But what we forget, I think, is that there's lots we have to pay. We know that 80 to 85% of children now can be cured of cancer, and I use the word cure and not control. When we do that, there are other aspects, and there's a lot of cost I think these children and the families have to pay, which is not only physical, mental, emotional, financial as well, and as well, the hit they take on their education, which is both academic and non-academic or non-formal. I think this gap is something which we still are very, I would say, addressing it in a very small way. It's a huge task, I think, for the country of our size to address this for all the children who are fighting this and overcoming this dreaded disease. So in that context, I think Samiksha, I really appreciate the efforts they have taken. First of all, identifying this unmet need and the efforts they have been putting in all these years to address that. And I should congratulate them, not because of the academic the academic component of the education they are delivering and kind of letting not these children lose their years, because these treatments take months and years. And by the time you finish these treatments, you may be already 2 or 3 years behind your peers. And I think that itself, is a big setback, an emotional setback, psychological setback to these children. So I think keep them on track academically. I think what's been the prime motto of Samiksha is something which is really appreciable. But I think more than that, what they have, done knowingly, unknowingly, is that they have addressed a lot of psychosocial and psycho-emotional aspect of this. There's a lot of, I would say, non-academic activities which happen. Some of them are planned, and some of them, I would say, probably are not planned, but it delivers that outcome. It's so good to have these children, sitting together in the classroom, chit-chatting with each other, the families coming together, sharing their, good experiences, bad experiences. I think that by itself really brings the morale up. And I just need to confess, since we have started this program, I think our treatment abandon rates have really come down. Otherwise, treatment abandonment in India is a huge concern. Once you start treatment, children, the families will start falling off. They would, after a few weeks, few days, stop coming to the hospitals because these are not good, pleasant experiences. I think with that, I really need to confess that with a simple intervention like this, we see more parents sticking together, more children completing the treatments. The older, so-called older parents and the older children who have been in the treatment for a longer time, they're coming forward and supporting the other newly diagnosed children and their families. So it's a great, I would say, contribution in the lives of the children, the families, and also helping us, the treating centers who are, I was busy, getting their treatments done, and sometimes, having other constraints which were financial, others to address. And at least we don't have to worry about one of the aspects, which is education, and which is really beautifully taken care of. I think hard times are bring hard times, challenging thrown at you, make you stronger, as Mr. But already mentioned. I think one of the things which I observed in children is that they definitely, once they are thrivers, survivors, they definitely are better children. They're better human beings, and I think that's something which has been researched and which is published. They're probably better resourceful components of the society later on, once they I think, because they have come through these hard timings. And I think that potential of theirs need to be harnessed, and that need to be exploited for them to emerge as meaningful and important component of the society later on. I think COVID also showed, kind of taught us few lessons, although it has been a dreaded year 2020, but I think we had made a lot of, I think this platform, for example, at our homes, we're all witnessing this. I'm not sure in physical meeting how many of us could have really made an attempt to come and attend this program. I think what came up in this 2020, all again from the Samiksha point of view, is this brilliant idea of the digital learning, because I think the outreach of this program would be immense. When we address the children in the hospitals, it's just the tip of the iceberg, because sometimes, most of the time, they be at home, they may be out of the station. So if whatever you do, physical education is still a challenge. But I think having the digital platform is not going to address that gap, but also have more and more children in the fold with limited resources, which which Samiksha has, or which anyone else would probably have. So I think that's a great step forward. So we congratulate Samiksha, Sandhya, for thinking about it, and having a great technical support team who has I had a glimpse of that a few weeks ago, and it seems to be wonderful. And more importantly, it has been brought out in multiple languages, I think, which is going to be phenomenal. I think probably one of the best such kind of courses offered anywhere in the world. Again, as I said, beyond academics and beyond education, the thought processes of Samiksha, especially in this scholarship, in the context of scholarships, I think again, it's a great idea. At the end of the day, we are dealing with resource limited settings. We are dealing with challenged families who have not only come from, some of them come from economically challenged backgrounds, but at the same time probably spent their lifetime earnings and savings on these treatments, which goes for months and years together. I think these scholarships not only is a economic help for these children and for these families, but also I think an element of reward or element of motivation, that if we do well, if we excel in our studies, we definitely going to be recognized, and we're going to be supported by Samiksha. So I think this is a great step towards that, and I'm really surprised with this number, which is 67 this year. And I remember a couple of years when I attended the scholarship program, I think it was I think a couple of dozens that time. Now it has swelled up to 67 this year. And I think I also take this opportunity on behalf of Samiksha to all the donors and all the philanthropists who have really made this possible and are donating to keep this mission and keep this activity alive. And last but not the least, as I said, knowing unknowingly, there are other aspects where Samiksha has kind of helped us and helped the families, and that is, Samiksha just recently on the New Year Eve and Christmas, I think some of the pictures are also shown on the slideshow. Arranged a small program of where we went around and distributed some gifts for the children. Gifts were modest gifts, but I think could see the smiles on the children and the families. They were so excited when they entered the rooms with these goodies in their hand and all that. So I think a small gesture can really make such a difference. What it tells basically, these tell children and families, there's someone thinking about you. There's someone who is concerned about you. So there's someone who is not interested in what chemotherapies you get and all these nasty drugs being given and nasty injections being given. But there are people who care about you, treat you as people and humans, not as patients. So I think that's been, again, a great, I would say, contribution. And I'm really glad that, I have been given this platform to talk to all of you. We'll continue to engage with Samiksha. We'll try to, make the mission stronger and stronger in the years to come. And thank you again. And thank you from all of us, from all the parents and children we have been looking after, because I think those emotions and those, those elements of happiness, I think may be very difficult to express in words. So thank you again, and thank you for giving me this opportunity today.